Yo, what's up? What's going on? What's good, everybody? The Boxing Source here, checking in here live on Sunday, December 17th, 2023. And we got a few things here that we're going to be talking about in this particular podcast here on this. We're talking about boxing news. We had a lot of action here this weekend, man. A lot of boxing action this weekend. We got, a couple of things that are coming up too, next week. But, we had, a lot of action coming through in the boxing circles. I know that we had, the last Showtime boxing telecast, with what happened over in Minnesota. So we're going to be talking about that. We had a unification bout, at the flyweight division. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. And then also, we're going to touch on a couple of other topics here in the boxing scene because, we had like a good little conversation the other day about what was going on between Tank Davis and Devin Haney and, of course, Bill Haney. But, we're going to, see if we'll expound on that given the time. But we just wanted to get into the action that happened over this weekend, starting with what happened over in Minnesota. We had, a couple of rematches that took place out there at the Armory in Minneapolis. But we'll start with that main event, as you had David Morrell Jr. going up against Sena Agbeko. There, of course, David Morrell Jr. is the, as they say, the WBA super middleweight champion. Came in there undefeated. Now going up against Sena Agbeko with, a record of 28-2. This fight was supposed to happen in April. They had Sena Agbeko, kind of like scheduled as an opponent for David Morrell Jr. in April, but Sena Agbeko was scratched off of that because of some issues with his physical. They said that there was really no issues with his physical, and before the fight, it claimed that David Morrell Jr. was not ready for him. Well, David Morrell said, listen, I'm coming in here now. I'm going to show you I was ready then, I'm ready now, and I'm going to, roll over you. And we pretty much seen that, man. We pretty much seen that David Morrell Jr. was just way too much for Sena Agbeko. That didn't even, last, a couple of rounds, man. I mean, you just seen somebody in David Morrell Jr. that was just punishing Sena Agbeko with every punch that he pretty much could throw there. And that, you've seen the reach advantage, against Sena Agbeko, man. Like David Morrell Jr. just ran through Sena Agbeko. Any punch that like Agbeko was throwing, shoot, you had David Morrell Jr. just reaching over that and landing his punch, over Sena Agbeko. Of course, this was, one of those things where it was southpaw versus, you got Morrell as a southpaw, and man, he just used his, right jab, over the jab of Sena Agbeko early in this fight. And Agbeko just didn't have any type of shot whatsoever in this. So it was a pretty easy fight, an easy fight for David Morrell Jr. For him to stay undefeated, he's now 10-0. Gets the 9th knockout victory of his career, and basically he just said that he calls out David Benavidez, man. Called out David Benavidez, said that that's the fight that he wants. He's been calling for that fight, ever since the beginning of this year. And for me, I think that's pretty much the best fight out there at 168. But something tells me I don't even think that fight's going to happen at 168. But that's a whole nother story, though. You would have two undefeated fighters there in David Benavidez and David Morrell Jr. You know that David Benavidez has a beeline for Canelo Alvarez. He's the WBC mandatory challenger. He's supposed to be the one that's the next in line for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo has, who is he faced, man? He's only faced what, the WBO mandatory at the time, you know, and then had his fight against Jermell Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's the thing, man. Yo, hey, that's the thing, man. Agbeko, all these, he's pretty much been, from Ghana. He's had, a couple of fights here and there. Didn't really, have a notable fight outside of fighting Vladimir Shishkin, where he got shut out, basically shut out in that fight, and before that, he got knocked out in a 6-round bout. So that's the thing, man. Yeah, he had 28 wins over the course of his professional career, but really wasn't note or anything like that. So with that being said, this was going to be something where it was featured about for David Morrell to just, run over his opponent. And that's exactly what, pretty much happened. He ran over Sena Agbeko. So now it's like, okay, what's going to be next out there for David Morrell Jr.? Will he get David Benavidez? Just to be honest with you, I don't think he gets Benavidez next. I think he's going to have another fight out there at the super middleweight division. They're really, to be honest with you, I really don't see that many opponents out there at super middleweight. No, I don't think he's going to get Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is not going to go up and face someone like a David Morrell Jr. without being paid a pretty handsome price for it. He's not going to get up out the bed for that. He's not going to do it. So you're going to have like a couple of other fighters that are out there, and you might end up having something where David Morrell Jr. faces another one of those mandatory challenges in the WBA. And the one that I see up there is Christian Mbili. Christian Mbili is a pretty good fighter, but he's not at the level of David Morrell Jr. So, having something like that is the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, yeah, he's undisputed. That's the thing. He's undisputed. He beat who he beat? He beat Billy Joe Saunders. He beat Caleb Plant. He beat Callum Smith. That's how he became undisputed, So there's that. And Caleb Plant. Now remember he knocked out he had that knockout last October, man, over at the Barclays. That pretty much, set him up for that fight against David Benavidez. So, out of that, he'll see like what he's going to do. Like, I spoke with his coach, who was it? Stephen Breadman Edwards. And, Breadman basically said, hey, he's not going to go out there unless it's a pretty good matchup for him, favorable matchup for him, or something where he probably gets paid a good amount. So you might see Caleb Plant against Jermall Charlo if Jermall Charlo isn't the opponent for Canelo Alvarez next year. But we'll pretty much see what happens with that. But back to the thing there with David Morrell Jr. I mean, he has like a lot of those tools that makes him a formidable opponent there in the division. And that, hey, his coach, his coach is out there, Coach Ronnie Shields. You've seen that we speak with Coach Ronnie every Tuesday on the Warwick Radio YouTube channel. And he's pretty much said that David Morrell Jr. is ready for, a David Benavidez. He's ready for a Canelo Alvarez. He's ready for a Caleb Plant, So that's the thing about it, man. So that's the thing, man. He says Diego Pacheco. I mentioned Christian Mbili. That could be his potential opponent. You got Vladimir Shishkin out there. Shishkin is waiting on that mandatory with William Skull. So that's pretty much going to be the fight for Shishkin. You got, Maul Charlo. Yeah, we'll see what happens with him next. You got Caleb Plant. I already said. David Morrell Jr. He said, like, let David Morrell clean him out and then call out Benavidez. Yeah, we'll see about that. But like I said, it's pretty much going to be Christian Mbili probably. It's going to be likely next for David Morrell Jr. if he doesn't get in with a Benavidez. or Caleb Plant. I don't think it's going to be a Jamal Charlo. He's not going to, do all that. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens there at the top of that super middleweight division. We pretty much are just like as we usually do, wait for what Canelo was going to do next and who his opponent is going to be. Some people don't think it's going to be David Benavidez, and I don't think it's going to be Terrence Crawford. There's some Terrence Crawford fans want him to challenge Canelo Alvarez. I don't see that happening, man. I really don't see that happening. So you got Canelo with pretty much a couple of choices: David Benavidez or maybe Jamal Charlo. I don't think it's going to be anyone outside of that. It better not be no Jaime Munguia either, man. I'm gonna say that right now. If Canelo fights Jaime Munguia, come on, man. Nah, come on, man. Come on, yo. I mean, yeah. He's undisputed, but Canelo, man. Hey, man. He said, Munguia most likely next opponent if he's rated at number 1 at 168 if he beats Ryder. Well, I know that Canelo is WBO champion. He's a WBO super champion at super middleweight. You know who's at number 1? Yep, that's right, Jaime Munguia. So, man, I'm telling you, Jaime Munguia has that fight against John Ryder and wins, and then Canelo picks Jaime Munguia. Oh my God, that's gonna be wild, bro. That's gonna be wild. Shout out to Android in the building. He says, "Hey, Jaime Munguia might not get past Ryder." Well, some people kind of felt like he had some issues with Sergey Derevianchenko. So, hey, maybe he doesn't get past Ryder. Ryder has those things, that type of fights, let alone being deserving a Canelo fight. Yeah, for real. But, that's my thing. It's like you got all of these guys that are out there at 168 that could be potential opponents for Canelo Alvarez. But David Morrell isn't mentioned. And he's been the WBA champion for how long? A good amount of time, man. Good amount of time. And nobody's really mentioned David Morrell Jr. as a potential opponent there for the WBA the quote-unquote super champion there in Canelo Alvarez. Now, I know that the WBA had their convention over in Orlando last week. I haven't seen anything where there's videos of what happened at the convention outside of what happened with Bernard Hopkins having to step up to the dude that was the son of that glove maker because he spit at Samson Lukowitz. But the WBA usually they would have their convention, and when they do that, they'll have the rankings where they could make a decision on what happens with their particular divisions. And so, you had this fight before the convention, so they probably mentioned something about this fight between Morrell and Agbeko and said, I guess the winner of that would probably be, pushed to face, or Canelo would be pushed to face the winner of that fight. But that ain't no different than what happened with David Benavidez when he, defeated Demetrius Andrade. He's the WBC interim champ. He's been waiting for his shot too. So you got two guys there in Morrell and Benavidez that, say, hey, we should be in line. I know that Benavidez said, hey, we wanted to go ahead and face these guys. We ain't quite worried about what Canelo does. So that's why he went ahead and faced Demetrius Andrade. Let's see if that's going to be the same case here in 2024. If he says, hey, if Canelo's not going to fight me, let's see if they're going to fight David Morrell. I'm not all too sure about it. I'm not all too sure. So there's the thing with that, right? So, that's my thing there, reference to David Morrell Jr., man. I mean, he's a very talented fighter there, coming out of Cuba, now, residing up there in Minnesota, has been training over in Texas with Coach Ronnie Shields. And, he's pretty much been very, very good in his performances in his 10 fights. So, him, blowing through Sena Agbeko, yeah, they're gonna have to see about him, potentially challenging, getting a better challenge here in 2024. Like I said, I feel like Christian and Billy is going to be a good idea as the next opponent for David Morrell Jr. But it just remains to be seen how things are going to be handled in 2024, where he could be set in that sense, right? So there was that. So that was the main event there at the Armory in Minneapolis. And then the co-feature bout, you had a rematch, of course, co-feature, Jose Rayo Venezuela versus Chris Colbert. Chris Colbert, won the first bout in March, was able to get a decision win over Jose Rayo Venezuela. He came back from a knockdown in the first round of that fight. And here in this particular fight, Jose Valenzuela just, did what he had to do, or try to make sure that that he felt like he got robbed in that first fight. So he just felt like, hey, I'm gonna show folks that I'm much better than Chris Colbert. And man, he did show that he was way better than Chris Colbert in this fight, man. I feel like this was like the best performance of Rayo's career, man. He was landing some hard shots, moving in and out of the pocket, moving side to side. On the same token, he had Chris Colbert with a high guard over the majority of those rounds. And man, Chris Colbert, he could throw some shots, he could throw jabs, he could try to move around and things like that, but he really didn't have much to really affect Rayo Valenzuela in this particular fight. And you seen like in a couple of those rounds before the knockout that when Colbert was on the ropes, Rayo was like tagging him up. He was getting through the guard, getting through the high guard, throwing some uppercuts, saying that those uppercuts were in there and things like that, and also landing some body shots. And there was nothing really that Chris Colbert could really do to try to get Rayo off of him. And so all you really seen from Chris Colbert for the majority of the fight was like him having a high guard, backing up and having his back to the ropes. And Rayo just, teed off on him in that. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, Chris Colbert, man, he got chin checked. And that pretty much like sent like a message there for Chris Colbert, man. Like, you shouldn't be here at 135 pounds. You shouldn't be here at lightweight, man. Like you're better off, going down to 130, trying to see if you could get some action there at 130, be a competitor there at 130. Because if you getting chin checked and you getting knocked clean out, by Rayo, man, that just, ends it for him. I mean, that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Valenzuela, getting that win, was able to, get revenge on Chris Colbert. We pretty much said, you know what? I don't need the 50K because Chris Colbert put up 50K for this. And, Rayo said, I don't even need the 50K. That's all right. That's cool. But Chris Colbert talking about, oh man, we 1-1. We need to run it back. We need to run it back. No, you don't. No, you don't, Chris Colbert. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't. All right, bro. You got one more shot. I see you in the live chat. You got one more shot. One thing we don't talk right here is all this stuff about making things a certain way. You got one more shot. I'll just put it that way. So back to this thing here with Chris Colbert and Rayo, right? Rayo. Now I got something for Rayo, right? I know he was calling out Tank Davis, but man, I doubt that fight happens. Seriously, doubt that fight happens. You got Valenzuela there at 12-2. He's avenged one loss. Let's see if he could avenge another one. Edwin De Los Santos, was able to stop him in 3 rounds last year. let's see if Rayo was, really improved. He had, changed things up a little bit in his camp. You had you know, Jose Benavidez Sr. As his trainer, in previous fights, but he switched up here in this fight and, let Senior be his manager. So now we got to see how he looks here, from this point forward. And yeah, I think that we probably could get a rematch between Rayo and Edwin de los Santos. We could get that. That's pretty much, in the cards. I know that this fight between Rayo and Colbert was supposed to be a eliminator bout of sorts. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I really don't feel like that's going to catapult Rayo to being the next challenger for Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I feel like Rayo Valenzuela could be facing Edwin de los Santos here soon. That I wouldn't be necessarily, surprised if that happens. So big ups for Rayo for his performance there against Chris Colbert. Was able to get that knockout victory. I'm sure y'all saw Patrick or Booby Harris. Was one of the guys in the corner for Chris Colbert out there. He's out of Headbangers Gym. And you saw when Chris Colbert got knocked out, he just shook his head, man, and said, he was like, damn, that's it, man. He was like, come on, man. So, hey, Chris Colbert, I know a lot of people aren't necessarily a fan of Chris Colbert. You got to say, hey, man, this could be, something where it's like a one and done type of thing or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? As far as like Chris Colbert being out there in the lightweight division, because he had this fight, of course, he had the first fight with Rayo after losing to Hector Luis Garcia, where, Hector Luis Garcia pretty much embarrassed him, and, after that, he was able to get back in the win column with the win over Jose Valenzuela earlier this year. But, hey, Valenzuela said, hey, man, this guy shouldn't really be in the ring with me. And he pretty much showed that. So it was that. So Valenzuela now 13-2. And you got Chris Colbert, now here at 17-2. He only has like those 19 fights. And out of those 17 wins, he only has 6 KOs. So it's not like he was really a dangerous fighter as far as like power is concerned anyway. You know what I mean? Big ups to Bruce Gas in the building with what's going on there with you, man. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, more in the building with, talk about this boxing, live boxing here. Like I said, we had a lot of action. Talk about what happened in the Armory in Minneapolis. You had David Morrell pretty much ice out or pretty much like beat up Sena Agbeko in 2 rounds. Like it wasn't, much of a fight. Not much of a fight at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, man. So with that being said, man, and going into that second bout, like I said, Chris Colbert losing Rayo Venezuela by KO, pretty much got chin checked, and that was it. That was a wrap for him. You know what I mean? You also had like some of a rematch there with Robert Guerrero and Andre Berto. I have no idea why they added this on the card. I don't understand it. Like that. I'm sorry, man. That should have been a loser leads town match. Robert the Ghost Guerrero against Andre Berto. Like Berto, I don't think Berto even had like a fight in like over 6 years or something like that. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, man, like 5 or 6 years. Like, come on, he fought Devin Alexander in 2018, and he ain't been in a pro fight until getting in there against Robert Guerrero. Like, come on, man, are you kidding me? Man, yeah, he called out Sean. He said Guerrero's back, man. He said the ghost is back. Hey, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight for a world title. And he called out Sean Boots. Oh, I should be. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I should be. I should be. I should be. All right, now this is the thing, man. We this is what we're not doing. This is what we're not doing. This is what we're not doing. We're not doing this. This your warning. We're not doing this. We don't tolerate this over here at the Boxing Source by any form. We don't tolerate it. So come on, man. We ain't doing this. Feel me? Yeah, that's the thing though. He doesn't go down easy. Think Keith. Ooh, yeah, but the thing with Guerrero is, I mean, like Jerron Boots Ennis just like had this fight, you know what I mean, where he fought a guy that was almost a similar type of a fighter as far as like being right in front of you and Royman Villa. The thing with Robert Guerrero is like he's a guy that will throw punches and accumulation and that type of thing. But he'll be right in front of you, and that's the style that like Jerron Boots Ennis loves, man. He loves that because he will be able to show like, okay, he could switch stances, switch, being back and forth with his footwork and everything like that. So I mean, that wouldn't be, I wouldn't necessarily like that particular matchup there for Jerron Ennis. I mean, you got guys like the interim champion, WBC interim champion Mario Barrios saying that he would like a fight with Jerron Ennis. You got Cody Crowley there that, initially could have fought Jerron Ennis this month, but pretty much like turned it down. Now with Jerron Ennis as a full IBF champion, maybe they revisit that. So we'll see as far as like Boots is concerned. He might, end up fighting, Cody Crowley, or he might fight Mario Barrios. Who knows? But they're looking to see what's going to be next out there for Boots in that sense. But for Robert Guerrero, I mean, it was just something where you saw two guys that were, 40 years old, 40 plus, man. You know what I'm saying? Robert Guerrero's there, 40. Andre Berto's there, 40, and they ended up fighting through 10 rounds. And this was, what I kind of like pretty much said as like a loser leaves town match. Just like Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz a couple of years ago. I said that was like a loser leaves town match. And Guerrero was able to win that by unanimous decision, and then he was able to defeat Andre Berto here by unanimous decision. So that's the thing about it, man. I mean, he was able to get this win. Berto said that he wanted to go out on his terms, see if he could get a win and just do that. But for Robert Guerrero to basically say, "Hey, I'm ready for Boots Ennis," yeah, I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? Make it say, now, come on, bro. No limit soldiers. No, I ain't like that. Come on, yo. Hey, but yeah, but with that being said, like Guerrero now says that he wants to continue to fight there in the welterweight division. This one was a little bit above welterweight. They had it at like 149 pounds as a contract to wait for the fight between Guerrero and Berto. But if Guerrero says that he can make 147 and try to challenge somebody for 147, then that's something. But I don't think listen, unless if they, negotiate and, make some phone calls and, contribute a little bit of dollars here and there, I don't see where Robert Guerrero could get himself in the rankings unless, they're saying, hey, if he gets in the rankings, then he could potentially face one of those guys holding the belt. You know what I mean? So that's the thing on that, man. But that's those, those three fights that were on Showtime, and that was the last card on Showtime Sports, last boxing card on Showtime Sports after 37 years in the game. That That's a long time to be in the business. But hey, just being real quick on it, man. That the digital thing, man. Everything going digital. Everything is pretty much like on an app or a phone or whatever it is. So that's how folks are kind of going at it these days. You feel me? With that being said, man, want to get to the next joint. The slide tendencies, man, in the building. Yeah, man. Bam versus Sonny was unbelievable. He said that Sonny got his orbital bone broken in the third round, man. And yeah, man, I talked about David Morrell Jr. He he just ran through Sena Agbeko. Remember, like that fight was supposed to happen in April as part of that Tank versus Ryan card in Las Vegas. And well, Sena Agbeko couldn't make it in that joint, but he was able to make it for this. And David Morrell Jr. sent a message on that. But let's go to the next joint here, man. You talked about it here on this. Ben Rodriguez versus Sonny Edwards. Unification bout there, the IBF and WBO flyweight titles. It was going to be something where it was like, hey, we're going to see, how Sonny Edwards is going to perform here against Jesse Bam Rodriguez, of course, who, had some good performances there at 115, but went down to 112. Was able to, of course, win that first belt there at 112, and then now just making his name there in the flyweight division, and going up against Sonny Edwards, who came in there undefeated himself, was 20-0, going up against Bam Rodriguez. He had come off of defeating Andres Campos there, who was undefeated, and he's had this IBF title for a good little while now. He had that title since 2021, so he was going into this bout, of course, very confident. But I mean, he was like 20-0 with 4 of those wins by way of knockout against someone like Jesse Rodriguez, who came in there with 18 wins, and like up to this point, like 11 of those wins by way of knockout. And like I said, he was coming down. He had been at 115, then came down to won the 112 division, won the vacant WBO title, and this was his first defense against Sonny Edwards. But that was a good bout between those two. I didn't really think that Sonny Edwards would be as what I would say, he would have that type of style or that type of strategy there against Bam Rodriguez. I thought that he would be, boxing more off of his back foot, not really trying to get on the inside of Bam Rodriguez. But hey, I mean, he's there at what 5'3" with a reach of 60, and Bam Rodriguez was there at like 5'4" with the reach of 67. And there wasn't really much that Sonny could do to really phase Bam Rodriguez. And because of that, it was just getting real bad after like round 3. Like you said, like having the orbital bone broken in the third round, and then still be able to, try to get in there and mix it up with Bam Rodriguez for, all of those rounds. Like he, made like, shout out to Sonny, man. He made an effort as much as he possibly could for those rounds. He was just, not able to really affect Bam Rodriguez, and Rodriguez was just battering him up. And it was just terrible. But it was a great performance there by Bam Rodriguez. Capped it off, with that knockdown, at the end of that round, man. It was a good one too. He was working the body, and then he went upstairs to, finish or knock down Sonny Edwards there. But Sonny Edwards was able to get up before the end of that round, but the quarter ended up stopping that fight. And Bam Rodriguez unified those belts. And of course, he's pretty much the top guy there at, the flyweight division. Now, the thing about it is that that's probably, the best fight to make it at 112. Yeah, there's Julio Cesar Martinez there, but Martinez has pretty much been, MIA there. I mean, Martinez was supposed to have a fight this weekend, right? And he ended up having to get scratched out of that. So here you are as a WBC champion flyweight, and you've been pretty much like missing fight dates there. So the next particular fight for Julio Cesar Martinez, that's going to be a question. Who knows what's going to happen there with him? He was supposed to fight Angelino Cordova, and that fight ended up getting scrapped because Martinez couldn't really make it. You know, I'm like, Cordova. Remember, y'all, like that was supposed to be on the fight card on this thing for the Showtime card. Angelino Cordova was there, man. He was there in the press conference. Y'all seen it? Cordova was there in the press conference, and the folks were talking about, oh well, Julio Cesar Martinez is on the way there, man. He couldn't make it for the press conference, but he's like on the way. Man, they ended up scrapping that fight. Like, come on, Julio Cesar Martinez. That's not a good look there, buddy, and not a good look. What's going on? The chef is in the building, man. Chef Terrell is in the building with us to talk this boxing. What's going on, Terrell?
I'm trying to find out if you're going to accept the $20 million offer I gave you.
Hey, listen. According to some people, they said that Eddie Hearn confirmed that there was a $20 million offer. Come on, man.
Yeah, you already know, man. He definitely gave a video on that to confirm that as well. He basically confirmed what the offer that Bill Haney gave to Tank, and said that they definitely have financial backing on that, right? So, and even prior to that, he himself jumped in Tank's inbox to try to say what's up, and basically Tank basically told him to go fuck off and everything.
Yep.
But like I told you last week in the chat, me personally, I don't think these two will ever fight. But even if they don't fight, at least at least boxing Twitter benefits from the back and forth that these two are having, which is monumental at this point. It's crazy. Like I said, I don't think they'll fight, especially with Haney moving up to 140, hydrating to 165, things like that. From that point of saying if he does want to fight, it's going to be at 140, no clauses, things like that. So, me personally, of course, we want to see that fight. Who doesn't want to see that fight? But I don't think that will ever happen. It's too much ego and too much testosterone in the room to get that done at this point. So,
that's for sure, man. That's for sure. Like Android said, man, I want to see Tank in Saudi Arabia, man. Like that would kill, all momentum or everything that would go on as far as like having, those who fight. Like we're already pretty much going to lose in the heavyweight division that's going to be in Saudi Arabia next year. So we don't want to have that fighting. But I'll have another guest on here to chop it up. Zoe's in the building, man.
What's good, man? What's good?
He still got that thing. Hey, man, in Utah, man, I don't know what's going on in Utah, bro.
yeah, man. We know what's going on in Utah. We know what's going on in Oklahoma City, man. We know what's going on, man. Yeah. But yo, before you guys say anything, I want to give a shout out to somebody. Shout out to Rich Diggs. I don't remember his brother's name on Twitter, but shout out to both them niggas, because last year them niggas said Devin Haney was leaving a lot of talent on the scales, and they proved to be right about that shit.
Yeah, that's Rich and Ray over there on Twitter, man. Yeah, that's Rich and Ray. That's on Twitter. But yeah, man. But what you think about what was going down this weekend, man? You had Chris Colbert getting knocked out. You had David Morrell Jr. pretty much like overwhelmed Sena Agbeko, and Ben Rodriguez just smoked Sonny Edwards, man.
Okay, so with the Ben Rodriguez shit, it hurts me to say this, but I gotta remove Shakur from number 10 and replace him with Bam. Unfortunately, I have to do that. I gotta be fair. There was that good of a performance, you feel me? The Morrell fight, 55-year-old African dude, I don't care. You feel me? The fucking Chris Colbert fight hurt my heart, man. That shit really hurt my heart, bro. Like, this guy, he got all the talent. He just can't put it together. He has no boxing IQ. That shit hurt my heart, man. I think he's done as a contender.
I mean, he's definitely done at 135. I don't think he should have been at 135 in the first place, but hey, it is what it is, man.
But this is a guy who rehydrates to like 154. And they said I didn't think he'll get me that small for 134. That's actually shocking to me.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but that's the thing though. Like he tried his luck after losing to Hector Garcia at 130. So he said, let me see what's up with 135.
Sometimes you gotta. I mean, we know Colbert is a classic boxer. We know that, but
not even.
But sometimes you gotta bang it out. And his opponent came in there. He said, "No, I'm trying to avenge my loss, and I come to throw these blows, ludicrous style."
I think that's the issue with Colbert. I think Colbert is not a classic boxer. He's under the illusion that he's a one-punch knockout artist, so he fights in a way where he gets in the brawls and start looking for shots when he could just box and move. That's his issue. Somebody tricked him and told him he has power, bro.
I don't know where that's weird though, because I mean he only has six knockouts or 6 stoppages.
Yeah. But he knocked down a couple small fucking 126-pound guys coming up to 130. He knocked a couple of them down. It went to his head. That Hector Garcia fight, he was fighting like he's a knockout puncher. That's not like, why you not boxing this guy?
Oh yeah, because he did fight Bayard before that fight.
Yeah, and I ain't like that. That was the first fight that had me like, you feel me? Because like that should have been a weight. That fight was a little too competitive down the stretch for that little ass dude. I can't remember what's his name again. What's his name?
Tuscan Yambaya.
Tuscan Yamba. Yeah, that shit was like, come on, man. Like, yeah, I never him. I got a Chris Colbert is right up there with Audley Harrison is a guy that I completely whiffed on that I thought was gonna be nice. I completely whiffed on that shit. That's an embarrassment on my part.
Yeah, word, man. But I mean, remember, that first fight with Chris Colbert and Rayo, man, like folks thought that Rayo won that fight.
I didn't. I thought he beat Rayo. I thought he beat Rayo in the first fight, but damn, bro, like you get knocked down in the first and then he's getting stabbed to the body, and he's not even reacting to the stab to the body. He's going to his corner telling his coach, relax, laughing, like relax, like he got this shit under control. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I mean, like I said, he had those guys there from Headbangers, man. Booby out there, Coach Barry Hunter. That's who he was working with, for this fight. And, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's embarrassing, man.
I know that I saw him around the DC area like a couple months ago, for another fight card that was happening around here. But I ain't really talked to him because, to be honest, he really don't be talking to folks, man. He really don't. So as far as like interviews are concerned, man, it's like you can forget it, But
so he doesn't do interviews. He's not that good of a boxer. So what you gonna do to keep yourself up there?
Well, good luck to him on that.
Yeah, man. This looking like the way I'm looking at him, I don't even think I think Rolly would beat his ass, and Rolly fucking sucks.
Man, but the thing, that fight ain't happening. Rolly up there at 140 now too. So hey man, I don't even want to mention the first fight that was on the Showtime card. I know you were kind of upset.
First of all, who sanctioned that shit?
I don't know. I don't know, man. You know what? This was my thing too, right? Like when Berto, when Berto was on Twitter, like a few weeks ago, a couple months ago, and it had some type of an announcement or whatever it was, and folks was thinking that was like the new thing that was gonna go down with PBC. No, it was him getting another fight. I'm like, oh,
with Robert Guerrero. Who the fuck is? The fight would have been interesting if it happened in a retirement home with the retired citizens watching it for entertainment. Then it probably would have worked out. I don't want to see that shit.
Like some folks said that should have been an exhibition bout or whatever it is.
It was.
And then after Robert Guerrero won, he's like, man, he said, I'm ready for the title holders there at 147. Like somebody said. He was face boots in his man. Like, come on, yo.
Because that fight looked like. You remember what Rocky was that when he fought Antonio Tarver? What Rocky was that?
Yeah, that was what number 6?
Okay,
Mason,
yeah.
Mason.
Yeah, yeah. Both of them motherfuckers look like Rocky. Both of them niggas had one nigga look like Rocky, the other nigga like Ric Flair. Right? These flabby skinned grandfathers. Nigga, like nobody wanna watch this shit. Nigga skin flopping and shit like
it was wild, kid. It was wild, man. Hey, Terrell, were you able to see those two?
Yeah, I mean, when I just same thing when I discovered that Berto and Guerrero the Ghosts. Hope that he gets Ghost after this performance.
But no, it wasn't a bad fight. It was sloppy, but it wasn't bad. It was sloppy, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it was sloppy, but it wasn't Shakur versus De Los Santos.
Nah, it wasn't that. That's a different level of fucking trash. Yeah.
And even the lead up to the event, he had Berto doing on social media saying, I need to get this back. I gotta circle the wagon and things like that. And you come all the way back for that and to lose.
Yeah,
man. Go ass down, man. Seriously. Sit down.
And what got me mad is this nigga is taking you to the inside, beating you the same way he beat you 10 years ago on the inside. I'm like, nigga, you just gonna allow this to happen, bro?
Yep.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Berto's not Haitian no more. After yesterday, he's Jamaican. He's Jamaican.
Oh,
he got exiled. Yeah, him and Bermain Stavern, they exiled. They're not Asian, though. They exiled, Jamaicans. Dominicans, that's what they are. They dark-skinned Dominicans, both of them.
Oh, wow. They banished them over to the Dominican Republic, man. Come on.
Yeah, exile. Yo, man, now I would love to see Roberto Guerrero versus fucking Boots. I love to see it.
No, man, that shouldn't be approved by any state athletic commission out there, man. They should be able to approve that.
Did you watch the what's that nigga name? He got two older brothers who box too. They all suck. He won the gold medal for Britain. It was on the undercard for Bam. What's his name again?
Oh, the Akmadaliev dude?
Nah, the other nigga. He got two older brothers that box too. They all suck.
Oh shoot, the dude
he won the gold medal. He won gold medal.
You talking about your five?
Yeah. He fucking sucks just like the rest of his family, dude.
You know his brother like retired, right?
Because because that nigga say he gets hit easily. That fucking what's the other nigga? British Lomachenko. That's a fucking garbage.
British Lomachenko.
What was his name to do? McGill, bro. Oh my god.
Oh man, yo, that's horrible, man. Yo, Gregory Pratt in the building. What's happening with you, man? Tasmanian Wolves in the building. He says what? Benavidez was said he will fight on Canelo's May undercard Jamal Charlo.
Charlo's not ready for that. Charlo needs another fucking tune-up, man. That's not. I don't want to see Charlo step up yet. He needs another fight, man.
Yeah,
Benavidez might as well get this Morrell shit up out of it. Just get this Morrell. Let's get this Morrell shit over with, man. The sooner the better, nigga. The later, the longer you wait, the least likely chance that you're gonna beat Morrell. You probably can beat him now. If you wait any longer, man, he's gonna fuck you up. So just get this shit out the way now, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they tried to get at him before that. You know, Coach Ronnie Shields said they tried to get at him before or something like that. You know, but now it's like they didn't really want to do it. Shout out Gregory Pratt in the building supporting the boxing source, man. So, salute to you, Gregory Pratt. Juice says, man, what are Tank's guaranteed low when he generates the most revenue? Why are Tank's guarantees low when he generates the most revenue from 140 down? That goes from pay-per-view though.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that goes from pay-per-view because he doesn't really.
There's more stream of income though. It's just
he doesn't really get a upfront guarantee that's that high. It's just the pay-per-view back end that makes him get a lot of the back end money. So that's what it is. Like he'll probably get like 2 to 3 million or 4 million up front, but then the back end money for pay-per-views have him, be getting crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Is this true? I'm hearing that they said that the pay-per-view split, the digital split for Amazon Prime will be 90-10, with 90 going to the fighters. Is that true?
I'm not necessarily sure, but I mean, remember the thing for the pay-per-views like nowadays is getting a little bit better for the fighters. It's not like it was before. You know, like back in the days, it was like 45 or something like that, you know. So they would only get like 40%.
Because I forgot where I read this shit, but it's saying that nowadays with the digital split for Amazon Prime, the split would be 90% towards the fighters, the split, and 10% to the distributor. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey,
These niggas about to get rich.
But the thing too though is man, maybe the money from the people anyway. So off rip, because you gotta at least pay the money up to get Amazon Prime to begin with. So
Fine. Yeah, you're right about it. But I don't know. I think this Amazon Prime's gonna make boxing explode, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, they got like what, over 200 million subscribers?
Yeah, for the 135-pound division, is the WBO belt gonna end up on PBC Island?
135 WBO?
Yeah, is it gonna end up on PBC Island?
I'm gonna make sure. I didn't think so, because if you're gonna have we talked about it versus Lomachenko for IBF, like who's gonna
fight for the WBO? I think Frank Martin is ranked like 6. Don't be surprised when the next ranking comes and this motherfucker jumps up to number 1 or some shit. Because I don't think Isaac Cruz will bite on it on the WBO, because I think he'll be more interested in fighting Tank. Or maybe Zepeda, or maybe Mike Williams. Zepeda up high, ranked up high for the WBO?
He's ranked number 5, and he's supposed to have a fight coming up, right, with that Virgil Ortiz card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then
not sure, man. I was thinking there might be another one, but we'll see what happens, especially after these next couple of weeks. I think there's going to be another network involved. I really feel that, because
what up? A question for Zoe. Hey, so you said that with the PBC going to Prime, that's going to make boxing explode. What do you mean by this? Just more numbers for events, or how do you quantify that statement?
Man, they got 167 million subscribers, bro. You feel me? Like it's just based off that, like just based off 167 subscribers, you're gonna have 167 extra eyes on boxing. Showtime, ESPN didn't have those type of numbers. You feel me? Just that money too, money-wise too, but also with Amazon saying they're gonna invest in the docu-series and shit like that. I really think those extra promotions are gonna get, man. Can you imagine they drop a little I'm not a Tank fan, but I know his popularity. Can you imagine they drop a little documentary on Tank before, like, through a fucking month before a fight? You know what type of shit that'll do for Tank? You feel me?
Yeah, hey, I totally get it about boxing on a bigger platform. I totally get that with the number of subscribers. But the thing about it, when you're on these on that platform, you still have to go and click on boxing to go and watch boxing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, shit. I done been scrolling down on Prime and see an NFL Thursday game that I don't give a fuck about and end up watching just because it was available. You feel me? So that type of shit happens.
I mean, the thing about it is that they'll probably feature that event like they feature the NFL games, you know. So it's the thing, man. So
yeah, like shit, you watching an ad before you a nigga go watch fucking Homelander and shit. There's an ad talk about Tank Davis December 20. You know that shit. I'll be like, oh, this look interesting.
Yeah,
man. So they said like Android said, man, more to go out of their way to push those pay-per-views with the marketing and promotion. Yeah, it's gonna be Showtime on steroids or snack. I mean, did I say that?
But JR, this is what I want to say. I've been hearing the same rumors you've been hearing. Who do you think is gonna be this other network?
I was thinking Netflix, but
me too. That's where I'm at with it.
Right, but the thing about it is that I really don't feel like that 14 dates that they have. That's
it's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it unless you make some super cards.
Right, which you probably could do, but token, like, you gotta have like these other fighters that you have on PBC. There's like over 120 on there or something like that.
Yeah,
so
14 dates.
You're gonna have to find dates for these guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So
I'm Man.
And then another thing, even if they can't find dates and they decide to do the super, like we're just gonna stack up the card, you're gonna need a different investor. You're gonna need somebody else to put some money up. You know, fucking Amazon not doing all that now.
Yeah, Amazon's not gonna do that. They're gonna need some sponsors to kind of back that too. So
yeah, because you can't have no You can't have no Canelo versus Munguia, and then you fucking put Benavidez on the undercard as the co-main, and then you fucking put Morrell as the fucking. For that shit costs money. You not you have to take that shit to Saudi Arabia for that shit.
Yeah, even on
top of that, I think we're gonna have to go on. It's a need to display more compelling cards. None like the A-level fighter versus a C-level fighter for title.
No, we can't do that right now, man. We can't do that right now. They can't do that.
But I mean, the thing is, though, we're not really getting that from anywhere in boxing. We're getting a number of mismatches now. Some of them do end up in upsets, but at the same token, you're still getting guys that are like, way, like huge favorites against these other guys, man. So they got to fix that up.
They do got to. Yeah, we gotta get better. Yeah, we do gotta get better matchups, man.
Yeah, what else went on? I mean, you had that fight card in Orlando, man. I thought that Shadeja Green was going to beat Franchon Cruz, but no, like she laid an egg on that, man. That was just embarrassing, especially when you were on there with you know what I'm saying? You're there with MVP. You're signed with MVP. This is the biggest fight that they can get for you. This is the one that you were put in position to have, and it was like the worst performance that you could have, against Franchon Cruz. And some people thought that Franchon Cruz would have been out of the pain after this fight. So, but Franchon proved it wrong. Was able to win those belts, and waiting for Savannah Marshall next year. So you're gonna have
that fight was on Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I only caught the highlights of that shit. I'm trying to find a way to watch the full fight, but I only caught the highlights. People did tell me he fucking dropped a goose egg in there, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well, he says Jamal Bake for years for big fight. Here's the excuses. I don't know. They still talking about him potentially facing Canelo. He's as good as he's ever gonna be.
Stop it.
Edwin De Los Santos versus Gary Antoine Russell, and Adrian Broner versus Jack Catterall should be. Edwin De Los versus Gary Antoine Russell, 40, right? Edwin De Los Santos is at 135. Let's have Edwin De Los Santos.
Edwin De Los Santos doesn't need to be on TV ever again.
Yeah, he shouldn't be on TV ever again, though. Against Shakur Stevenson, he shouldn't be on the TV.
They should put him on dark matches on WWE, dark matches, nigga. We don't have to see this nigga again, bro.
He should be. They said that he should be relegated to Pro Box TV, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, fact,
that's wild, though, man. But those are like everything that went down, man. Like I said, Ben Rodriguez. I don't know what's gonna happen with him. He might face Juan Francisco Estrada there at 115 or something like that, man.
Ain't Estrada gonna fight the Korean? I think Estrada gonna end up fighting the Korean motherfucker, man.
Who, like a Yoko or somebody?
Yeah, Yoko. I think because Bam just caught them out, that fight's gonna happen because they don't want to fight Bam. So I think Yoko and Estrada is going to pop off.
Yeah, I think Nakatani's supposed to be fighting too, so I don't know.
And Gonzalez, and I don't think Gonzalez is ever gonna fight Bam. Ain't them niggas like friends or some shit?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so
don't say that shit, man. But nigga, I think Nakatani's gonna eat that division up, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he could, man. I mean, he had one of the candidates for knockout of the year.
Yeah, he took Moloney's head off. Yeah, he took his head off.
Yeah, man.
That was up there.
He blasted him into the stratosphere with that one, man. Like that was.
Speaking of that, who do you think is the knockout of the year so far?
Hold on, because
I know
I had a good amount of candidates on there, man. Hold up, I'm gonna pull them up because I got them. Because yeah, I've been putting the things up there for the year-end awards. So you had that Nakatani over Maloney.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Mendoza joint over Sebastian Pandora. I added this in there. The rematch, yo, man, when Zhilei Zhang knocked out Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
That
motherfucker got knocked out in slow motion.
Yeah, boy, that was pretty, boy. You know what I'm saying? And I had Luis Alberto Lopez over Big Collie.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a good amount of candidates, man. You had Mark McSile that had one, not recently. And there was like another one with like Jonathan Santos, man. But yeah, that Nakatani joint, man, he had already knocked down dude a couple of times, and then but that 12th round, like he just had him, man. Like
Android number 96. He said it gotta be Nakatani for me. It was clutch, 12 round. How was it clutch? He was winning the whole fight. How was that clutch? He was winning.
He
was dominant at that point. That was a mercy kill.
Yeah, man. Once he had knocked him out, man, that should have carried dude out on the stretcher from that point. I'm sorry.
As much as it hurt, I think I might have to give it to Rayo.
Big up to Gregory Pratt, man. Appreciate the support. Oh yeah, with the
the nigga did a 360.
Chris Colbert.
Yeah. Boy, he did a 360. He was sleeping on the floor, and they brought stretchers to that nigga's locker room, man. I'm like, come on, bro. They gotta run it back.
Hold on. What you saying?
You said what?
Hold up.
No.
Oh, you got me?
Huh?
Yeah, not sure what's going on, yo. Hey, Terrell, you still there with me?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm here. I don't know what's going on, man. I think folks is trying to get in on a connection or whatnot, man. But yeah, man, that Nakatani, man, he was just beating them up.
Man, Morrell had two good knockouts too. You said what?
Nah, yeah, I hear you down, so.
Okay, I said Morrell had two good knockouts too, man. Morrell had two great knockouts too this year.
Yeah, but it's time Morrell need to fight somebody real. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's fighting Dominicans, but they need to find a matchup for him commensurate with someone that has a title belt. You see what I'm saying? Because I think
there's only one person with a title belt. There's only Canelo.
Well, but still, competition level. Man, come on, man. What was that yesterday?
Yeah. I mean, right now, in 168, who do you think is a reasonable, tough opposition for you to see what you need to see?
I mean, obviously, I don't think we're gonna get a plant. We don't see that. But I'm trying to think of hell. Don't throw him Danny Jacobs. I don't care. At least he's credible.
Jacobs will probably ask for too much money. It's gonna have to be somebody like Christian Billy, man. Like Christian and Billy is ranked, number 1 in the WBC, number 1 in the WBA, and number 3 in the IBF. Like he's up there, man. So why not?
Yeah.
Kind of like what we just said, going forward, going to prime. We don't want to see a champion there against a C-level fighter. We don't want to see it anymore. You got to stop that.
Yeah.
I mean, the 168 division, I mean, right now, who do we got? We got Morrell, Benavidez. What's the kid name? Pacheco? How you pronounce it?
Diego Pacheco.
Yeah. After that, it's a very big drop off in who's good. You feel me? Them niggas is ass after that. You're not gonna get no. Like even Mobili, that's an easy ass fight that he beats the fuck out of him.
Yeah, that was the only guy that I pretty much said would be a potential opponent for David Morrell next. if he ain't gonna
that's an
get,
easy fight.
yeah, I mean, dude is what 5? Damn, he's 5'8". God damn.
Morbilly's 5'8".
Yeah, he's 5'8", man. But he got a fight coming up in January against Rohan Murdoch, man. He's on that Better Be of Callum Smith fight card, man. So damn, that's gonna be on ESPN Plus.
Is that an upset alert right there?
What Billy and or the Callum Smith joint?
Yeah, Callum Smith and Arthur, yeah.
Archer,
yeah, better be.
Oh yeah. I mean, it could be, but I mean, Better Be been having all them injuries, man. So
every time I see him, I get less impressed, bro.
Yeah. We had that fight against who was it?
Marcus Brown was his last fight. No, Joe Smith was his last fight, right? Or was it Marcus Brown?
It wasn't Marcus Brown.
Yeah. Well, why are you not impressed with him? Less impressed, should I say? Because he's just taking more punishment. Why is that?
He takes much punishment. It's not much nuance to what he does. It's just like he relies on his physicality and his power to weigh you down. And then he's not as undestructible as I thought he was. I've been thought he had these flaws. That was high on him because I thought he was one of those Rocky type of niggas that it didn't matter. He's gonna walk through fire. But the more I'm starting to see him, somebody's gonna clip the fuck out of him. I think Bivol stopped him. I know Bivol's not known for his power. Bivol flushed that motherfucker radiator. He beat the fuck out of that guy. He stopped him through accumulation of punishment.
I love what Bivol did against Canelo, but Canelo's not nowhere near the tenacity and rough and toughness of a Better Be.
And then Benavidez doesn't have the nuance and footwork to even get in position to land anything that Canelo had. That nigga's gonna get his radiator flush, bro.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know that you got another guest coming up here that's going to notify us it's fight week, but also is going to send another message because he has said that all enemies of the bomb squad must suffer, and I guess you got some type of vindication
MVO
with what happened to Colbert.
MVO JR didn't include Wilder's knockout of Hellenius in his knockout of the year. Can you believe that?
That was 22.
Oh, there was 22? Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, October 15th.
Yeah, that was
bad. Fuck Wilder, though.
I think the knockout of the year was last night, Colbert versus Rayo.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that because of the Henny joke? Did they spike his drink with Henny? Is that why you saying that?
No, because he got slept. He was literally sleeping on top of the rope.
Yeah, he was sleeping. That shit hurt my soul.
He was sleeping on top of the rope. Yeah.
That shit hurt my soul, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt.
Word.
But this week is a big week, JR.
Yeah, man. We about to watch Otto Wallen upset Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker upset Deontay Wilder. Ruins everybody's dreams. That's what we about to see.
I don't know about that, but it's a big week, man. I think we're going to see a card with all knockouts, but about last night and David Morrell, I heard you guys like basically booking the territory as it pertains to what's next with David Morrell. I think what they should do is call up your boy Salita and see if they can make a Vladimir Shishkin fight next for David Morrell. Because I don't see any of the top names fighting him.
Yeah, but I mean, but remember the thing with Shishkin is, man, he's been waiting for the William Skoll fight.
Yeah, but I'm sure he'd rather have the Morrell fight. Might make a little bit more money.
Yeah, it'll make a little bit more money, but he's gonna get knocked out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, oh, he definitely is. But I was really impressed with Morrell last night, as usual. He did his thing, you know?
I was really impressed with Bam Rodriguez last night, man.
He was cool.
I was excited about that.
You didn't think that Sunday Edwards was going to do much against Bam Rodriguez, even with the additional motivation of potentially having a date with Clarissa Shields or whatever.
I thought Sonny could have and should have won the fight. Honestly, and this is going to be a problem with Sonny as he goes on with his career.
Power.
The power, because he was landing some really good shots on Bam.
He was outboxing him at
but-
times. It's just the physicality was too much for him, bro. Because, like, bro,
I
that's
call
not
him,
the same thing.
I call it the Michael McKisson of the flyweight division, having all those wins but not that many knockouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the same shit you see. I picked Sonny going in. My brain picked him, but my heart wouldn't pick him because, you know, as a black man, I can't allow Clarissa Shield to end up in the hands of the oppressor. You feel me? But my brain was picking him, bro. So I was shocked when that happened last night.
Hey, somebody said yesterday that Bear Rodriguez did that for the culture. That was crazy.
He did.
Hey, yo,
he did.
Shout out,
and I appreciate that.
Gregory Pratt. Shout out Gregory Pratt Jordan did the live, man. What's going on, man?
What it do, fellas?
What it do, yo?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, all right. I guess I'm in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, because I'm driving, so.
Man, listen, Bam Rodriguez, I'm not saying he's invited to the cookout, but I would give him a plate for what he did because I like Clarissa. If I can't have her, she should be with a black man, not no 112-pound rat-looking motherfucker. You feel me? Nigga like a rat.
God, there we go with this, man. Hey, yo, so what you think about Alicia Baumgartner calling her out?
I'll drink her bathwater. I don't care if she's from Flint either. That's what I have to say about Baumgartner. But Clarissa should have beat the fuck out of Baumgartner. Let's be real, though.
Listen, Baumgartner didn't worry about fighting those doping charges before she worried about fighting Clarissa Shields.
Do not bring these awful allegations to that beautiful Nubian queen. Do not do that.
We know she did it.
I don't. Who's we? I don't. Nigga, she did it.
We know she did it.
Nah, man. Nah, don't do that. That beautiful woman look like she's capable of taking juice. Come on, NVO. You're supposed to be with the coach. You're supposed to don't do that to that sister, man. Her beautiful. She's too beautiful to do steroids.
She all right.
Leon, for getting up here, man. One time for Leon in the building, man. Thanks for the support, yo. Oh, great. Now we got MVO's favorite panelist here, the boxing academic.
Oh my God. Here we go.
MVO. Show your fucking respect, nigga. I mean, I ain't cursing. This is Sunday. I said I wasn't cursing today. You in the disco club? Where you at?
I'm at home, man. I don't party no more.
Shit.
Oh, you don't party no more? You met the wrong white girl?
MVO, you met a white girl?
Nah, don't listen to this guy. I'm
about to leave. I swear to God, I'll block you if you end up doing that to the coach. I had a lot of respect for you. Don't do that, bro.
Don't listen to this guy. What does this guy know? Come on.
So what's wrong with white women?
There's nothing wrong with white women.
I'm not saying
boxing.
nothing.
This is the boxing source, not OK Cupid. Come on, man.
You the one got to look like you in the disco ball in your room.
Man,
put some lights on, man.
Yo, okay, real talk. What do Sonny do after this?
Oh, that's somebody else. My bad.
No,
fuck the nigga MVO then.
What do Sonny do after this?
My bad, man. I thought that was MVO. I thought it was MVO. You straight, man. You straight. My bad.
Yeah.
What's Sonny go after this loss?
To the hospital.
Man. Yeah. He with a broken orbital bone.
He's already there after that.
No, he's gonna come back. Maybe he could move up and fight Chocolatito. There's some fights out there for him.
Man, he'll get it.
So how many years in the future I gotta wait for the inevitable Bam Rodriguez weight fight?
That's never gonna
Not
happen.
gonna happen.
I say 3-4 years.
That's
never gonna happen. Nah, it's not gonna happen.
Wait, man? No, that's not gonna happen. Come on, man. Don't do that.
Bam Nakatani again? Does Bam Nakatani get a super fight one day again?
They'll fight, but it ain't gonna be no super fight. Come on, man.
That's because you don't like the little niggas. It's a super fight for the little niggas, man.
Nah, dude.
Fight.
You're more likely having Inoue fight Tank than Bam Rodriguez fighting Inoue.
Exactly.
Like that's what's going on.
Yo, y'all think?
Hey, I got a question, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what up, Brett?
Where y'all have NUA ranked?
Number 1.
I see him
or
number
number 2.
one. No,
Either
I'm
one
talking
or
about.
two.
I heard him on pound for pound, and it kind of
number. I got Inoue at number 2 pound for pound.
Yeah, he's either number 1 or number 2. If you
I
don't
got
have
number 2.
If you don't have number 1 and number 2, Inoue and Crawford in either order, then your pound for pound list is invalid, and you probably don't really follow the sport.
I had
NUA.
MBO, that's your opinion.
Maybe y'all. No. Well, pound for pound is opinion based anyway. But how? Because I had the same question with Loma years ago. Like a few fights with a bunch of guys that you don't know, or a bunch of guys I might not know.
Well, here's the thing with Nayo Inoue. Inoue has been able to go up to multiple divisions as far as multi. He's been able to beat and just overwhelm the number 1 or number 2 guy in the division in every single division that he's been in,
except for 115.
Yeah, except for
okay. Let me put this out there. You see, my boys, EJ, the Three Kings, in 2014, these niggas told me to check out anyway. Since 2014, when he beat Adrian Hernandez, the number 1 ranked nigga at number 1, beat that nigga, then jumped in 2 weight classes to beat Adawawa Baska, whatever the fuck that nigga name is. You feel me?
Right.
The other ranked number 1 guy, and he did that in a case of year. He was in my pound for pound list since 2014. So I don't want you to think this is some Johnny come lately shit. I had him in my list in my top 10 since 2014. You feel me? All he did was just add it to it. Especially when he went to the World Series of Boxing, where he did the Jamie McDonald, Payano, Rodriguez, though, like just completely dominant. And then he came, and then I don't care what nobody say. He got his orbital bone broken. That was not a competitive fight, nigga. He won that shit 117, 111. He beat Donaire. And in the second fight, he left no discussions about it. And then he did what he did to Fulton. Man, niggas better not argue him being in that pound for pound list in the top 2, bro. Niggas better not argue that.
I can argue it, but I'm not, because I'm not going to waste my breath on it.
Because you have no real argument, fam. There's no real argument. The other
we done talked about this so many times. I just be repeating myself.
We watched guys go through the ranks that went through the same, what you said, 117?
Like 108,
moving up them 5 pounds, and they say he moved up like 4 divisions, moving up 5 pounds. Whoop the fucking dude.
We watched dudes do that.
Who did that? Who is doing that and jumping up to beat the number 1 dude in the divisions? Who is doing that?
Yeah, that would be the question in reference to the comparison, because
who's doing that?
That's been like the takeaway from Inoue is that he's moving up these divisions where he moves up 3 pounds and then moves up another 3 pounds and then moves up another 4 pounds. You see what I'm saying? In comparison to like if you go up to 135, 140, and 147, 154, et cetera, like that's different, So,
and then with these guys that supposedly ranked number 1, are they really the number 1 guys, or do they just have that ranking?
You know what I'm saying?
The last couple dudes is questionable whether or not they was like really number 1 outside of ranking.
You're only asking that question because you are unfamiliar with the division, and then before you say anything to that, I have you on record saying that. I can pull it up. You can ask me for that.
I said it's true. You're right. I'm unfamiliar with division. But what I do know is when he fight them, and then they fight after him, they don't look like number 1s to me.
That's not true. Rodriguez and Payano went on to the Rodriguez still look good after him. Fucking Maloney fight age well. These shits age well, bro. Like Rayo Tabushi, whatever, became a champion after he lost to Inoue.
Man, I'm not trying to waste my voice on anyway.
Well,
did Gary Russell own 126?
I like Inoue. I think Inoue is either number 1 or number 2 pound for pound. But I do not agree that his wins is aged well, especially at 118, because he was in the 115 pound division with Quadras.
He never was in the 115 pound division.
Yes, he was. What are you talking about? Yes, he was.
He was in 112. He was
He
in
was at
112 and he went
come
straight to
on, that
118.
listen.
Fights at
He
115.
was at 115. What are you talking about?
No, he was at 112 and he went to 118. He never fought at
No,
115.
he was at
No,
115.
he held.
Who he fought?
Remember,
Who he,
Zoe.
who he fought at 115?
Come on, what are we talking about here?
He held the WBO title at super flyweight
At 112.
at 115.
No, 115. He was at 115, man.
When he
My
beat Adrian
problem,
Hernandez, that was at 112, fam.
bro, he was at 115. I'm telling you, he was at 115. I know this for 100% fact. Like, it's not even like a debate, not an opinion.
He won the WBO title there at super flyweight and defended it 5 times?
Yeah, he beat Omar Narvaez in 2014. So
Hey,
my
NBO,
problem
finish
with
your
it,
argument because you
anyway,
was making the argument for me. You can go ahead and finish the argument.
Look, he
what I
fought.
was saying, my problem with let me finish what I'm saying first because we know he was at 115. You could go look at his box rank. I know this for a fact because I'm very familiar anyway. But my problem with anyway is that he was at
You're right.
115
He
and
skipped
did not.
112. You're right. He skipped 112. I got you wrong.
He did not fight any of the big guys at 115. You have 4 guys who everybody agreed was the consensus top 4 in the division. You had Chocolatito, you had Gallo Estrada, you had Rat King, and you had Carlos Quadras. Anyway, fought none of them, and then he moved up to 118 without fighting none of them. So the fact that he cleaned out 118 is not impressive to me because 118 wasn't where the smoke was at. Though smoke was at 115. So if you're going to make an argument against Inoue, that's your argument against him. He did not clear out the division where the smoke was at. He went to a weaker division and cleared that out. So I wasn't as impressed with his 118 run as other people were. The smoke was at 115.
Hey, I want to make a point. Y'all, you see how MVO tried to clown me, but he came.
What are you talking about? How I tried to clown you? What are you talking about?
He was my knight in saving number just a few minutes ago. No, pause. I was being funny.
Nah, ain't no friends in this shit.
Nah, MVO, my friend. He tried to try.
No,
but
man,
I think anyway, without a doubt, is at least number 2. You could argue. Well, I don't think you could argue number 1 because I think the Errol Spence win for Terrence Crawford is so gargantuan that he is, to me, number 1 with a bullet. Like, once you beat your rival, you get extra points for that in my book. The problem with Inoue is Inoue never beat his rival because he skipped over them and went to 118. So it is what it is with that. But what are we talking about next week, man? Come on, the meat parade is coming. All right.
Here we go with this.
Come on, man. Like it's Deontay Wilder fight week, and you guys are talking about 115 pounders. Come on,
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we wasting our breath on this?
Yo, don't start with this meat shit, bro.
Nah, I don't agree with the meat shit. I ain't say that now. That's MVO.
No, there's only one person that refers to that type of stuff, okay? And that is the guy that rhymes with NWO, okay?
This nigga went viral on Twitter for that meat slapping shit, though. Like, this nigga, I wanted to unfollow him sometimes.
Oh, come on.
I just don't think you guys are respecting what's happening this week.
What? Come on, man! I'm ordering the pay-per-view. Come on, that's a foregone conclusion, man. We got how many heavyweight fights? 6 heavyweight fights. Come on, man! And like, there's no fight on this card with anybody less than 175-pound weight limit.
Am I tripping? For saying Otto Wilder's gonna outbox Anthony Joshua?
Yes.
You are. Yeah.
I think Otto Wilder might fucking outbox this nigga.
No way Wallen gets a decision over him, even if that happens.
Well, it's not gonna let me tell you something about this card. There's not one fight on this card that's gonna go to a decision. Everything's ended in knockout.
Well, quick question for you. What chances does Parker really have against Wilder coming in at 6'4", 240, things like that? former title holder. We know that.
Everybody has a chance against a nigga who can't box, man. Everybody has a chance. I don't give a fuck what niggas say.
I was about to say the only chance he got is just to stay away, and if he could do that, then he got a chance. But shit, he gonna get hit at least once.
Listen, Joseph Parker's problem is that he ain't no killer. Okay, not only that, Joseph Parker cannot fight on the inside. Okay, the best way to frustrate Wilder is to maul him on the inside, and Joseph Parker cannot fight on the inside at all. So I think this fight is going to be at most 4 rounds, but Wilder's getting them out of there quick. Like, this is going to be a massacre of epic proportions.
Yeah, and then the range that the fight probably going to be fought at is going to favor Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, because Joseph Parker can't fight inside, and he can only fight mid-range to long, and you're dealing with a long-distance bomber. Like, what are we doing here?
Like,
trash,
somebody that could still like throw like a hook too. So it could end up being like the Robert Helenius fight.
Wilder fucking trash, man. Why are we talking about this shit, dog?
You just mad because he knocked out Stavern. We already heard you. We already heard you.
Why would I be mad that why would I be mad he knocked out a Canadian non-Haitian guy? He's not affiliated with us. Why would I be mad? Nigga's not even Haitian. He's Canadian. I don't care.
I ain't gonna speak on that, but I was just saying. I just
he's exiled. Fuck that nigga.
Listen, Deontay Wilder is a 7-1 favorite. 7-1.
I'm gonna put a good $100 on Joseph Parker just because the odds are so crazy. I might get lucky. Deontay Wilder sucks, so it can always happen. He do fucking suck. The fucking heavyweight Rolly Romero.
Hey, come on, man. Deontay Wilder KO is -3. Come on,
minus
man.
what?
Like
minus what?
330.
Oh, okay.
Like that's the only it's like positive. So they really feel like Deontay Wilder is going to get the knockout in this fight. So yeah, good luck to Joseph Parker in that one, buddy. Because they just don't see Parker winning, man.
MVO, what happened to that bum ass motherfucker you was high on? Adam Kawabunga. What happened to him?
He got beat. He got beat.
No, I'm talking about after he got beat. Is he still like fighting?
Y'all remember when he said that he would like beat Wilder? Well, maybe he didn't say that, but he was
whoa.
Okay, I corrected it. You didn't say that, but you were saying he would beat some other people. You was talking shit like he would beat somebody.
Listen, he lost to a steroid abuser, and he wasn't the same since. He got knocked out by a steroid abuser.
No, I'm talking about what he did after that because I haven't been following up. This is a genuine question.
He hasn't been the same since.
Okay. Because I was even saying that as a joke because I genuinely just stopped following that fucking nigga. These niggas suck, bro.
No, man, because he had that fight against Ali Demirzin and lost that by decision. So he pretty much.
Oh, he had another loss since then too. On top of that, oh shit,
he lost to steroid users. He literally lost to steroid users. Like literally.
He gonna be fighting.
Robert Helenius.
Oh shoot, he got a fight.
Who's he fighting?
Oh wow. He gonna be fighting in Poland, man. He going back to his home country, man, in Poland.
It's over. Wrap him up. Yeah, wrap him up.
So so that's it with him. Man. But yeah,
I remember a couple years ago, MPO was selling this nigga as a killer.
Yo, what you were saying, MPO?
Robert Helenius is a known steroid user. And then Joe Cusimano also tested positive for steroids. So what are we talking about? He got knocked out by steroid users. Okay.
Hey, in the old days, Matt. In the old days, MVO, plenty of people beat steroid abusers. So that's an excuse,
Anthony Joshua knocked out an abuser, man.
Anthony Joshua is an abuser. What are we talking about?
No, he isn't.
It's not on paper. It's not on paper. Don't do that. It's not on paper. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He said arguably. He said one of them words that you say as a qualifier.
Shit.
Suspected.
Would I defend him on using steroids? No. But is it on paper? Also, no. He probably is on steroids.
Oh my God,
me personally, I think
is a 24-1 favorite. Come
yeah,
on,
he's minus 2,400.
I think steroids should be legal for female boxers.
I tell you what about a female boxer. Every time I watch Franchon Cruz, I tell myself that I probably ain't gonna watch the next one because it's it was kind of sloppy and it was just kind of tough to watch. Personally,
yeah,
that's my opinion. That's my only opinion. But who am I?
They need to let them bitches take steroids. And I agree with the one of the Twitter dudes, JR, bro, whatever his name is. I agree with him. If you test a female and she doesn't test positive, she should be banned.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know what? What you talking about, yo?
I want to talk about the card.
Hey, we said like
Jeremy Miller fighting.
And we're gonna go through the card.
Yeah, who Jeremy Miller fighting?
Yeah. What we got? We got Philip Hrgović against some Mark Demori dude that's like what 55 years old or something like that.
Come on, you know Mark Demori.
No, I don't.
Who is he?
Frank Sanchez versus Junior Fa. Like Frank Sanchez.
I like that.
Man, all right. You got Arsenal back.
That's at 63.
I guess I get Cabello. I mean,
that's a good one. See, and that's a fight where you don't know who's gonna win. So another fight where you don't know who's gonna win.
I think because man, I don't know about Makhmudov having that type of good competition up to this point. So we'll see, man. That'll be a good little scrap there, between those two.
The dude who be twitching.
Yeah, pretty much. What else we got? Oh, of course we got Daniel Dubois versus Jarrell Miller.
Oh yeah,
baby.
I got Miller. I got Big Baby.
Wait, hold up. They had Dubois as a favorite of that one too.
Yeah, I got he's like minus 400, I think.
I got Big Baby. Bro.
I got minus 430 on FanDuel for that.
They're testing.
Really? What's the odds for what's his name?
For Miller, he's plus 290.
It's
almost close to like a 3-1 underdog.
Are they testing for this shit?
Yeah, are they testing?
Question: It is in Saudi Arabia. So.
Yeah, I was about to say they want their outcome. So who knows?
If they're not testing, you about to see Miller put up a fucking show. If they're not testing, bro, I'm talking about bro. You about to see 80 punches per round.
Now I was gonna say he gonna throw 200 punches in a round.
Yeah, bro. Like
the old Big Baby Miller's back.
I miss that nigga. I don't know. That's why. Like, we really gonna ban this nigga for a little bit.
Man, like, shoot, Philip Hrgović is a 50-1 favorite. Come on, man.
You might
talk about Mori. Come on, man. Philip Hrgović a 50-1 favorite. Come on, son.
So if Hrgović win and Joshua win, that's the fight we get in next, most likely, right?
No.
What we get in the Joshua Wilder shit?
Yeah, March 9th.
You don't think
March 9th.
You don't think that should expire? Yeah.
Nope.
March 9th.
That's still the biggest fight in the heavyweight division, man.
We'll see. I hope both these niggas don't find a way to lose, nigga.
Nah, they ain't. I don't see them losing, man. I really don't see them losing. I just don't.
The only thing I worry about is hand injuries. That's it. As long as they don't get injured, then we good. March 9th.
Hey, man.
Can I say something about Wilder's positive? Why wasn't that song nominated for a Grammy?
Which one?
The shit Wilder came out with, though. After that shit was fire.
You talking about Every Time?
Yeah, that shit was fire. Like, I don't know why niggas acting like that shit not fire, but that shit fucking fire, bro. She fixed my drink how I like it. Nah, nigga, stop. You guys don't like that shit? No, y'all niggas tweaking. That shit should have been nominated for a Grammy, dog. Oh, y'all niggas bugging.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, man. March 9th, if that fight happens, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be singing that song, man. I'm gonna have a bet for MVO, man. I'm gonna have something for him. You know, I'm gonna have something for him. You know,
listen, we can't focus on March 9th. We need to focus on Saturday. Saturday is a big card, the best card of the year. Okay, the biggest card of the year. And you guys have to understand that you're going to see nothing but knockouts. You're going to be entertained. This is what boxing should be about.
And even in contrast to that, what do you guys think about the last quarter of this year with the fights that we've had? Haney, Prograde, Ryan Garcia siding, good heavyweight card out. When was the last time we had a great closed out the year like this?
Yeah, facts. We had a great year, though.
Yeah, it was.
The entire year was fucking fantastic, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure, man. This is definitely a great year of boxing, man.
We got fuck shit. We got Bud versus Spence, nigga.
I'm about to say, but it's the same year that took some outlets out, though. You know, so there's that too.
You said I did what?
That people couldn't sustain, like Showtime.
Nah, but that shit. Nah, it's not because that deal was been up, right? That shit was inevitable. That shit was a contract. This shit was the last year. That shit was inevitable.
Yeah, like I mean, that was just something where they were like, hey, if we don't get like some great numbers on on Showtime Championship Boxing or whatever it is, pack it in. But the thing was, like Paramount said, they getting rid of the sports division altogether. So it wasn't just boxing; it was the MMA too.
And shit, even ESPN, they said ESPN slashing they shit in half as well, bro. So this is like an every place thing. This is just not Americans not fucking with this shit for some reason.
I mean, shit, all these subscriptions people make us pay for. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
I don't feel like, to be honest, the subscriptions I pay for, I don't feel like I'm getting cheated, except on my DAZN shit. That shit be fucking having some bullshit on. But
what you pay for?
I pay for DAZN monthly. I was paying for Showtime. I pay for Pro Box. I pay for ESPN Plus just for boxing. I pay for all those shits. DAZN is the only shit I would be regretting because they be putting out some awful ass shit. They should be fucking trash.
I mean, they be putting in those the celebrity boxing things or whatever it is, and these low mid cards on. But hey,
Jake Paul for knockout of the year.
He said Jake Paul for knockout of the year. Nah, man,
listen, I only support Jake Paul when he beat up MMA guys.
Let's see if I'm gonna have the year-end show on the 30th or the 31st. It depends, man. It depends, but I'm gonna have multiple candidates out there for KO of the year. But with that being said, man, that's what I got, man. It's almost 9:15 Eastern time.
Yeah.
We a whole lot of stuff here. This particular show, man. Big ups to everybody jumping in here on the lives, man. Terrell in the building.
I'm going to send everybody a link so y'all can sign my petition. This petition is to have Charlo strip of the remaining belts for how horrible he fought against Canelo.
He only got 2 belts left?
I don't care. I don't care.
I was about to say his stock, like his advertisement stock done already went down. So ain't that enough punishment?
No.
Yeah.
His appeal?
No.
His fight appeal done already went down. Ain't that enough punishment?
He disgraced us. And even Tyson Fury, I don't think Tyson Fury belongs in the ring ever again after what I saw against fucking nigga. My whole social media personality is clowning MMA guys, and this guy brought shame. He brought shame to us all. Now, I'm not. Do you know how much I hate Wilder? But Tyson Fury has brought so much shame. I wish I had a time machine so I could jump on Jack Reese's body and just count this nigga out and wish this shit never happened. I hate this crap.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what's the name of big boy though?
Who?
Ngannou. He a big boy.
I don't give a fuck, man. He's a UFC guy, man. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm confident I can beat him.
They put him in the WBC ranking, so hey, baby, they trying to get somebody from him for another fight, man. Hey,
just a salute to Showtime boxing, Showtime pay-per-view for all the good fights we've had over the years. So lots of good members are going, and Godspeed and Dante on to different things. So glad to have Showtime. Gone and gone.
Did somebody just say they want to see David Morrell fight Jake Paul? Who the fuck would say that? Why would you say that?
Who said that?
Somebody in the comments. Why would Jake Paul do that?
Like, man, I have no idea why he would try to do that, man.
Send Jake Paul to the shadow realm, dog. You tripping.
He said Jamal should just take his beating from David Benavidez and move on like his brother. Yeah, I don't know.
But Jake Paul wouldn't take that. Jake Paul ain't stupid. Jake Paul know his level of raising his level and who he can take a measured risk against. Jake Paul wouldn't touch that.
You know what I would like to see on a catchweight fight? I would like to see Jake Paul in a catchweight fight versus colonizer Ali.
Oh, the dude, Nico.
Yeah, the alleged grandson of Muhammad Ali.
He's supposed to have a fight in Africa?
No, he just had a fight. He won. He won a controversial fight yesterday in Africa.
Wow. What I will say, if Jake Paul land on him too many times, he will knock him out because Jake Paul can hit. That boy can hit. And Nico Ali can get hit. He don't move his damn head.
Swipe. Okay, you know what? Another petition to change his last name. He like, come on, he is not. Why we lying and pretend that's that guy's grandson? This is a colonizer.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
This is a racial gentrifier.
Hold on for 15 more minutes, man. Tip in the building, man. What's happening?
Yo, what's going on?
Oh, man, we've been talking, man. What's going on? You coming in here? So what you going? What happened? What's the happen?
Which fight we talking about? We talking about Thursday, Friday, or Saturday?
Man, I talk about Saturday, yo.
Saturday, man. Let's see. Shit, I guess we might as well talk about the hot topic. You know what I'm saying? Chris Colbert, man. That boy disappointing, man.
I'm sick, man. I'm sick, man. Him and Audley Harrison are my two biggest failures. Him and Audley Harrison, my two biggest failures.
I want to see a third fight.
I don't ever want to see him again.
What? You
damn
fight between Rayo and Chris Colbert?
Hell yeah, I think the count 1-1. That's only right. But not right away. You know what I'm saying? They can do it down the line, but I think a third fight is deserving at this point. I mean, shit, Colbert beat him the first fight. He knocked him out the second. Why not?
I don't think knockouts an appropriate word for that, man.
I was saying as I was watching the fight, I was like, this is a Pacquiao Marquez all over again.
Nah. That wasn't I was seeing a guy who didn't know how to box, that had the tools to box, and didn't know what to do. Man.
Listen, if Rayo and Colbert fight again, that would be the last fight that Chris Colbert has.
Damn, you think so?
Yeah. What I saw in that fight was that Chris Colbert couldn't really phase Rayo there, and he really doesn't belong to 135.
Nah, he doesn't.
So,
and not only that, he doesn't know what he is. He doesn't know what he is, dog. Like he doesn't know what he is in the ring yet, bro. He thinks he's a bender who can stand in there and bend with guys and push guys back. I don't know why he thinks that.
Yeah, so he needs to, get himself in the gear. If he's gonna be over at Headbangers, then Coach Barry Hunter and Patrick Harris, they need to tell him, yo, you need to go down to 130.
How long has he been down here?
Well, I don't know, man, because he was here for that camp. But other than that, man, I don't know.
Man, I don't know, man. Listen, I don't know about fighters. In all honesty, fighters training in DC, man, it just ain't it.
I don't want to see him like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but some of these folks is cutting short, man. Who else we had out there? We had Terrell's favorite fighter over here, man. Who's my guy? That was a full.
What's the dude from the UK? Short African dude.
I mean,
Dog Bay. Isaac
yeah,
Dog Bay.
Isaac Dog Bay. Yeah, yep.
So
Joe's very fucking weak too, man. That motherfucker's so weak.
Like,
oh yeah, he's from DC, right?
Huh?
He from DC, right?
Nah.
No.
He not?
Nah. The Isaac Dog Bay from like Africa.
I know he's from. I know he was born in Ghana, but I thought like he was raised over here in DC. I could have
Nah, he was just training over here.
Nah, he was just training over here, man. Because remember, he had switched up from having his dad as his trainer, man.
And he had James Toney at one point, right?
Oh shoot! Actually, they say he stay over in Tampa, bro.
Oh, he from shit. He from Hillsborough.
Hey, yeah, he said he over in Tampa, man.
I hear that motherfucker trash too, man. Dog been fucking trash, though. That nigga sucks.
But yeah, he got beat. Yeah, he got beat twice, man. He lost it, man. He lost last month, so he didn't really do much in that fight last month.
And even his loss to Roberto Ramirez, I don't know why niggas thought it was close, and I don't know why he was complaining, nigga. You got beat. I don't know why niggas thought that shit was close, nigga. You got beat, bro. Easily, though. That nigga fucking stinks on ice.
And then Ramirez ended up getting beaten his last
fight. This nigga blew up. That nigga, he blew the bag.
Hey, Tip, what about the thing with Bam and Sonny?
Man, I was like before that fight even started, right? Because I was placing my parlays and shit. I was looking at Bam, and I said to myself, I was like, Bam gonna knock him out. I was like, it's gonna happen in the later rounds, but Bam gonna stop him because Bam is just too big of a puncher compared to Sonny.
Too big of a body, really. It's really too big of a body.
Yeah, he just the size alone, and you could tell with his bone density compared to Sonny's, he's gonna be able to stop him.
And I'm not gonna say he was more skilled than Sonny Edwards, but he had enough skill that when you add that with the size, it just as the fight went on, it just became a mismatch, bro.
Yeah, it was just absolute mismatch, dude. Like, I mean, like I said, Sonny was hitting Bam with some shots, but it was like Bam. And then he was walking Sonny down and all that. I was like, bro, yeah, it was a wrap, man. After like round 5 and 6, man. So we'll see, man. Sonny could probably compete still, in that division, but he got to stay away from guys like Bam Rodriguez, man.
Bam won't go for a long time. Bam don't even belong there, that big motherfucker. Bam didn't want to, for any reason, Bam don't want to get it. Bam's friends with Chocolatito and shit, dog. So, that shit not happening, bro. That nigga didn't want that Estrada smoke. He went down there to 112, man.
Yeah.
But like I said, because of that performance, though, I'm not going to act like Sonny Edwards was a bum because I rated him high. So because of that performance, I got to take my boy off the top 10 and replace him with Bam. I got to take my boy off the top 10, bro.
Yeah, we can put Bam Rodriguez there in the top 10 for pound. I mean, he has a case for it. So
because if you want to, they might not be Hall of Famers now, but when they retire, on my count, he already beat 3 Hall of Famers already.
What do you think about him calling out Estrada next?
I mean, that could possibly happen. You just got to see like where Estrada is at this point of his career, man. But I mean, that's 115. Bam goes up to 115 and beats him, man. Then that's three of those top guys at 115 that he'll beat. So, but I think Estrada and maybe a Yoko will fight before that, though.
I want to see one of them niggas fighting Nakatani, man. That's all I care about. Which one of them niggas want to get knocked out by Nakatani? That's what I want to fucking see.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They'll probably have Iyoko versus Nakatani if it ain't gonna be Iyoko versus Estrada.
That'll be a big fight over there.
Yeah, that would be huge over there.
Yeah, that should be huge over there, though. Like, I don't know. Nakatani knocks him out, man.
Yeah, we'll see on that, man. But what else is out there, man? Like, oh, we also talked about the heavyweight card thing coming up. On Saturday, there, Ted. What you got on the Wilder and Parker, and then Joshua versus Wally? What you got on that? If anything, it looked like he muted. Oh, yeah, he might have his kid with him or something like that. But I might have to catch him later on that, probably on the midweek report on Wednesday. I'm going to talk more about the heavyweight card on Wednesday with the midweek report. But we like 2 hours in. Pretty much going to bring this to a close. Shout out to everybody that's joining in live here with us. And for those that are, watching the replay, we thank y'all for, being able to watch the replay too, man, to support the Boxing Source here on YouTube. But we'll get back at it with the conversation later this week. And y'all be sure to follow the channel where we'll have, some takes on boxing topics too. So y'all be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already here for the Boxing Source. And, like I said at the end of every show, folks, point of boxing is to hit and not get hit, not to stand and trade. On that note, I'm out. Have a good evening, everybody.
Later.